Is there such a thing as magic? Or miracles? Real things? What is that all about? We have historical stories about miracles that, to some large degree, for a lot of us, we believe that were miraculous. But we don't see miracles. We tend not to expect them. And we see magic and miracles as this thing that is not trustworthy, it's not reliable. It begs the question, what is reliable? Make the leap to the question of what is sacred, what's important, what's sacred to us, what is sacred? What are the questions that we want to ask that'll help us form that conscious choice belief about what is sacred, what's most important? Because we want to know that. Why do we want to know what's really, really, really most important? Because where we focus our attention, we want to focus our attention on those things, for the most part, or at least enough, so that what we feel is most sacred, most important, is protected, is fed, is enlivened. So that's what we want. That's an example of intentional, conscious focusing of attention. Our attention is so valuable. What we focus our attention on is miraculous. It's magical. But in this bizarre world, now I call it a bizarre world, and I don't want to point fingers. I just want to this is discernment. I don't think this is judgment. I make a distinction between discernment and judgment. For me, I've decided that. That's true. That judgment is all around fear and projection, and discernment, and it's a very subtle line there. A very subtle line between these two things. I'm not saying there's a clear line, but that's the practice to keep looking at that, evaluating that. Discernment is an observance based on a clear, solid foundation of who you are and what you value, what is sacred to you. And discernment says, wait a minute, this seems out of balance, and this seems, wow, I can relate to that. It's in balance. I resonate with that. Or this thing is seems to be, bumping and banging around. It doesn't seem to be stable. It seems that if it grows much larger, it may collapse and cause all kinds of chaos and carnage. But this, on the other hand, is this organic thing that I feel connected with in my heart. There's an alignment of what I have personally in my individual personal sovereignty decided or discerned what is sacred, what's most important to me. What am I doing in my life? What action am I doing? Is it action that's focused on in resonance with what I hold sacred? Or am I just chasing ducks? These are all the questions. Then if we can gather around in person in local communities, ideally around a circle with a fire in the middle, and then we ask these questions that we've come up with and answer them, and we create a safe environment based on one rule, the golden rule, no harm, and it's a contributive energy container, a safe container for us to be authentic, transparent, vulnerable, and trusting to actually reach into experience a trusting relationship with our own hearts and with everything and each other. And then in that trusting relationship, we can formulate actions, enterprises, right actions, enterprises, contributive enterprises, compassionate enterprises in a gifting economy. The 180-degree shift, I know I'm repeating myself, but it is a 180-degree shift from a monetized economy where money becomes God, becomes the sacred thing by default as we acquiesce to the system. So we accept, and it's almost like we sign a contract. Yeah, okay, money's God. I'm going to live my whole life based on that assumption. And I'm going to step on anyone I have to step on so I can accumulate that money. Because that money is my life, money is my freedom, money is my savior, money is my master. These are glorious times. These are absolute glorious times. Because all we have to do is ask these questions. What is sacred? What are the sacred questions in our heart? And then get together in community online, globally, in local communities, around fires, and everything in between, and have those conversations. And I guarantee you, that's where the miracles are. That's where the magic is. It's alchemic. Thank you for listening. Take care.